Good morning and welcome to Frank's School, 7th year, 50th day, first video. I've been having trouble with my camera getting the video onto a computer, so this is a second try. I hope it works this time. Anyway, it's not so long. The Making of Resurrection, my wordless movie. Act 2 concluded. I want to show how I think that Act 2 should end, maybe. First, a couple of things to say about the last video. I was using the word Festus when I meant Marion, when I was talking about him working with Nama. Marion is the one who establishes the second fire in the second building, and it's big, and it's very near, even you could say part of the sauna that Nama establishes. It's not only a bathhouse, a sauna, it's a laundry as well. Anyway, that I meant Marion. Oh, and I had suggested too at a certain point that or I don't know if I did yesterday, I think I did, that the water that they've got running in, not drinkable water, but water, it could be solar heated, not electrical with glass panes and all. Well, maybe glass, but just by running through black pipe, that there's a whole lot of black pipe there on a sunny day. That water could be warmed right up, so they could actually have warm water. I thought of the song Splish Splash, I was taking a bath, but like other popular songs, so I think a few of the other ones, I think that might be still too new to be available in the public domain, which doesn't mean it could not be used, but I just thought of it. And still one other thing, as Robinson is looking around, finding eggs, finding this, finding that, he could certainly find a cache of charcoal. Charcoal keeps. In the village near where the blacksmith was, there was a whole barrel full of charcoal, and he could find that as well. All right, now, the end of this, a summary of the musical themes, in effect, is what I imagine, in a way to kind of bring it down from all the outdoor stuff, the activity in the garden, all the upbeat stuff. Not that this isn't upbeat, it's just calming down. There can be reprises, in effect, of the music to remind the viewer of the themes, of the character, of the nature of these various characters. Marion, if anything, his theme would be Krislagen Todesbanden. That's the music that's used right at the beginning in the overture. And it's actually the second movement is used at the beginning of the second act. But I don't think, he could, and what I mean by this is kind of a relay concert where they finish their meal and they're sitting around and they basically take turns entertaining the rest of them with a tune, with a piece. But then in this movie, everyone would join in. I've done something like that before. It's fun, everybody came to your turn and you were to come up with your tune. Well, Marion could just begin it all with a drum, just a fairly slow 4, but then shift that drum into which is the rhythm of Sheep May Graze, the opening of Sheep May Graze in Pasture Safely by Bach. That's what you heard when she first came out of the woods. Her timbre is a recorder, probably an alto recorder. All right, Festus, when it's his time. Now, his theme was that terribly sad, or wonderfully sad, aria from Handel's opera Rinaldo. But I think this would be a chance to introduce another one. Well, I don't think we would. That's so sad. Come Again, Sweet Love Doth Now Invite, by Dowland was, I believe, the guy's name. This is right at the end of the Renaissance, maybe very early Baroque music. And it could further suggest his sadness. Why is he so sad? His timbre is a bassoon or the equivalent, something that can play bass. Bassoon is perfect because it can also play really high. Bach, and Festus limps. We've got to maintain these characteristics of these people. I mean, Marion's old Bryn, beautiful. Festus limps. Batch farts, and that would be a good time. And that has to be done periodically. used periodically. I thought at one point even where he could look straight into the camera just before he farts to sort of telegraph his punch, so that the audience kind of got trained to that. Oh boy, here it comes again. Well, Merry Widow Waltz, which is what he played at the beginning on his slide whistle. Nama, Air from Water Music. Now, that had not been heard yet, but the Handel's Water Music is where I've been drawing the tunes, or I think 2 tunes already from her. And that's a real pretty recognizable tune, often used in weddings. Her timbre is a folk guitar, a small guitar. She supplies harmony. Paul and Robin, the double violin concerto by Bach, the Largo, I think it's the 2nd movement. Real beautiful thing. And that would reinforce this idea of them being a very happily loving, married and loving couple. They have a violin and a viola, or 2 violins. And then Robinson, the little boy with his bingo, with his dog. I would say just the last measures of the song. There was a farmer had a dog and Bingo was his name. Maybe just da 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 da, and Bingo was his name. Oh, because he's tired. It's been a big day. He's fallen asleep. His timbre is a kazoo, and he could get that out, but then drift off to sleep. And that's the way then that Act 2 would end. Well, I hope this gets online. Bye for now.